Hold the phone, YouTube. Here are our best bets for Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. We appreciate each and every single one of you tuning back into the best sports betting show here on YouTube. Like the video, like the video, like the video. Subscribe to the page. All I want for Christmas this year is new subscribers.
Yep.
That's all I want. Coming down.
It's been a hell of a year.
Nice and nestled under the tree. I want subscribers. That's
nice
all.
Tree you got there, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's a real tree. Back at the.
Did you help decorate, or was it decorated by the time you got there?
It was decorated by the time I got here.
Maybe you could toss on an ornament late, and say you were part of the solution.
Yeah. Drop a pair of nuts on there. After bring home a couple of these bets.
Little bet slip.
Yeah, no grandma on site right now. No uncles, no aunts, no cousins.
Soon. They're licking their chops.
Yeah, we're here. We're home for the holidays. We have 3 absolutely massive NFL games here on Christmas. We have a nice little NBA parlay brought to you in part by Loops.
Threw something together.
Yeah, and we're going to talk some first touchdown scores because those are the gifts that just keeps on giving. Yep. So to start our show, we talk a little NFL.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying, who cares about these games, dog shit games.
Yeah, and those same people are going to be parked on their fucking ass with the TV on when the ball's getting kicked in the first game, Commanders-Cowboys.
Yep, just like I said, it's like telling a crackhead that this crack isn't that good. Well, still going to take it. Still going to hit it,
Yep.
And it's probably still going to hit the same.
Yes.
Neither here or there. Christmas Day, the last 20 football games, favorites are 6-14 against the spread. So
I like that.
Santa Claus likes his dogs.
The opposite of Thanksgiving.
The opposite of Thanksgiving. Everyone just gets fucked on Christmas, including me with my
especially you.
Then what else do we have? Well, we can just dive head first into this first matchup in division. Cowboys, Commanders.
Nothing to play for.
This is stinky. This is sleazy. The Cowboys season on the line last week. They're hanging on by a thread in Jerry's world. They lose that game to LA. Now they have to travel up to an in-division rival Washington Commanders team on Christmas. Well, is Jerry Jones the Grinch that stole Christmas? Or are they going to get a win coming down the pipeline coming down the chimney since they also got a win on Thanksgiving? Maybe the Cowboys on the holidays just know how to get the job done. Let me tell you, Dak Prescott in his career versus the Washington Commanders is 11-3 against the spread. The most profitable quarterback in the history of going against the Commanders.
You with some nuggets, dude.
Dude, these are stocking stuffers, And this isn't, the uncle with the neighbors either. These are
getting a good night's sleep right now, getting ready for tomorrow.
Yep. And Luke, let me tell you, in this in-division rivalry, when the Commanders have to go play the Eagles and then the Cowboys, or the Cowboys and then the Eagles, the Commanders are coming off of playing the Eagles. Now they're playing the Cowboys. They're 0-8 straight up in that second game.
I like that too.
So in the years,
back-to-back in division.
Yeah. And these have been the big men on campus for a long time, either the Eagles or the Cowboys. They're always solid in this really sleazy, tough barn burner of a division that we haven't seen a back-to-back winner in 21 years. But this year, we finally get a back-to-back. It was a hell of a run. Eagles last year, Eagles this year. But yeah, look, when the Commanders have to play that second game, whether if it goes Cowboys-Eagles or Eagles-Cowboys. Here, it's Eagles-Cowboys. They are 0-8 straight up in that second game. Holy sweet mother of sweet baby Jesus.
And now we got Josh Johnson taking snaps.
Yeah, so, I mean, what are you to do? What are you to do?
I think there's only one thing you can do.
Grab the sack.
Yeah. I don't think it's just going to be as easy on Christmas Day as taking the Cowboys, taking the Lions, and then just putting those two in a money line parlay, I got a feeling one of these teams is going down, not just against the spread.
It's hard to think though, Loop.
That's the best part.
I know that is the best part. That's the beauty
Who
of
in
why
their
we
right
play the
mind
game.
isn't putting a 6-point teaser in or a money line parlay with the Cowboys and the Lions against Josh Johnson and Max Brosmer and just having themselves a hell of a Christmas with their aunts and uncles circled around the TV, touchdowns galore.
It can't be that easy.
No.
It can't be that easy to sit back and say, you know what, today, like you said, Loop, I'm taking the Lions and Cowboys on the money line, Lions and Cowboys in a 6-point tease. I'm taking the Lions -7.5. I'm taking the Cowboys -7. They're going against fucking Josh Johnson. They're going against Max Brosmer. They're going against Chad Okawawola or whatever the fuck his name is out in Kansas City. And then just sitting back on the couch and watching the Cowboys go up and down the field and the Lions go up and down the field. I mean, it cannot be that simple of a day. And that's going to kind of be the theme of this episode for the most part. Holidays, NFL, when there's nothing on the line for either team, what is going to be the motivation of, the Cowboys going up and down the field, the Lions?
And it makes it harder to lay 7 points.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're going to get to the Lions game and they actually have something to play for. But in a game where the Cowboys season ended last week, I feel like then when it rains, it pours. This is at the end of the day, in division, home dog. Let's not forget, they still in the backfield have guys like Chris Rodriguez, Bill Krosky-Merritt.
They're going to run the ball.
Yeah, they've found success, in weeks past, being able to run the football a little bit. And I don't know.
Don't forget, this is a Cowboys defense. They gave up 34 to the Chargers. They gave up 34 to the Vikings and 44 to the Lions. Like, they can't stop anyone. The Commanders control the clock, run the ball. Now they have Josh Johnson. It's tough to come into a game where you aren't expected to play.
Being thrown into the fire.
Yeah, it never works. They played the Eagles tight, and then the quarterback got hurt. Now he's got a full week to prepare.
I'm just shocked if I'm a quarterback sitting at home or if I'm a quarterback around the league. I mean, I guess it doesn't necessarily matter because the Commanders aren't in a position to do anything. So they don't mind throwing Josh Johnson.
Tough time of the year, too.
Yeah. It's just, I'm thinking to myself, I just saw Phillip Rivers come off the couch for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, you're thinking to yourself, I stink.
Yeah, why can't I go and get some snaps in for the Commanders?
And then the next thought should be, I stink.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, game pick number 1, give us the Commanders +7.
Yep.
I believe that spreads at now +7.
I mean, you're going to take the Commanders too. I'd wait. I'm sure you could get 7.5 Christmas morning.
Yeah, there's going to be people literally.
And then if money comes, if the spread goes to 6.5, some fishy's going on, and then you're even better shape.
People are going to be getting off to this Cowboys team -7.
All right, I made these graphics yesterday, December 23rd. So this spread is now 7.5 after JJ McCarthy gets ruled out with a hairline fracture in his hand.
Yeah, look, if you're watching this Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas. If you're watching this Christmas Day, Merry Christmas.
That's why you're the best.
I thought I had something there, but
Yep.
Santa's coming down the chimney. If you're watching this Christmas Eve, what a wonderful night.
Yep.
What a wonderful time of year.
God, I was just with the nephews, dude. They're jazzed for Santa Claus to be firing down that chimney.
Oh, dude, there's nothing better.
No.
I still believe in Santa. I mean, Santa is real.
Yeah, I agree.
He's gonna be fucking putting down presents under this
tree. Gotta leave some cookies, dude.
Tonight. Yeah, dude, grandma's cookies.
And don't forget some carrots for the reindeer, dude.
Oh, dude, I actually have never done that.
Yeah, the glue guys.
I'll chuck some on the roof tonight. That'd actually be a nice little video of you chucking carrots up for the glue guys onto your roof.
So good.
You might have to do that. Don't forget to chuck the carrots on the roof tonight for all the glue guys. That's so good. Oh gosh. Lions-Vikings, another in-division game. Gosh, this was one hell of a slate until it wasn't.
Yeah, look, they really got boned here.
Ding dong, the witch is dead after 18 years of the Lions not losing back-to-back games.
Yeah.
They finally do so.
Yeah.
Rodgers, in a familiar place, goes into Detroit and gets the job done after the Lions came off a loss, something that we had never seen before. They lose to the Rams, they lose to the Steelers, and now they go play Minnesota.
The Lions stink.
The Lions do stink, and now they're playing for something on the line. They must win out. The Vikings do not need to win out. Brosmer is something to be desired. He was horrible in Seattle. He has been nothing but horrible everywhere, every time, anywhere, any place. Look, Jared Goff, similar to Dak Prescott, owning a divisional team. Jared Goff, once he has stepped foot under center for Detroit, is 8-1 against the spread against the Vikings.
Yep.
But here we are again, big road favorite. At the end of the day, an in-division home dog.
Yep.
Favorites on Christmas, 6-14 against the spread. They've been horrible.
Also, dude, I've been waiting for this stat to drop because I knew this was a thing in the NFL that everybody always wants to take the team that has something to play for. Because why not? It makes sense. The team's still alive. The Vikings are dead. Since 1990, eliminated teams eliminated teams playing teams that need to win over the final 2 weeks of the regular season to make the playoffs have gone 108-69 against the spread, 61%. So a team with nothing to play for, playing a team in a must-win game is 61% against the spread.
61%.
That's from our guy John Ewing. That's why he's the best.
Shout out Johnny boy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, John.
Yeah. So here we are. Team playing for nothing. Team playing for something. Favorite on the road in division. You got Brosmer. You got Goff. How sweet would it be? Sunshine, rainbows, Candyland, Merry Christmas, cookies, carrots, wherever you want to place them. We're gonna take the Vikings plus the 7.5.
This team beat them in Detroit this year. Like this, all these Detroit stats need to be thrown out the window because this is a different team. It's a differently coached team. Their offense looks dead. The defense looks dead.
I just feel like the Vikings defense is going to give fits.
I love Brian Flores, dude, in a game where his team looks like they have nothing to gain, you know? Like last week,
because why not?
The Giants look like a good offense all year, and then Brian Flores had Jackson Dart a pretzel. He completed one pass in the first half.
Yeah, and maybe at home they can generate a little bit more offense than they did last week in New York. We saw, Brosmer, we're going to run the football. You're going to throw it to Justin Jefferson. You're going to throw it to TJ Hawkinson. You also have Jordan Addison. Let's figure some things out here.
Yep.
You have Mr. Mason. You have Mr. Jones. We have a bunch of guys in the backfield that can rotate around. I think at this point of the season, the Detroit Lions would be happy to beat anyone,
correct,
let alone lay 7.5 points in the National Football League. If this was JJ McCarthy, I would be very excited. I would be very happy. I'm sad that it isn't. I would be all over this Vikings team. 9 on Christmas would have been a movie. I'm sure he's not a happy camper about it. Santa, this year on my Christmas list, all I want is some dogs to be barking. Put all the favorites on the naughty list, you sick son of a bitch. Give us the Vikings plus 7.5. And Loop, I've already seen some statistics that for NFL week number 17, not only probably the most bet on spread of Christmas, but the 5th most bet on spread by the public this week. 78% of the bet tickets are on the Lions minus 7.5 as we sit here and speak.
Yep. And the other 2 games this week in that vein that I was talking about, Browns, Steelers, and Dolphins, Bucks. Teams with nothing to play for versus teams that need a win.
Yeah. So we're 2 games in, and we're taking Josh Johnson to Max Bros.
Hell of a Christmas. You'll never forget Christmas 2025.
I will actually never forget this Christmas.
And dude, if it's one of those, and I know we say it a lot, but this one's true. If you go 0-2 here to start the day, you could tip your hat and say, I did my best. You know what I mean? But if
Yeah.
you go 0-2 and you have the other sides and you lose to Josh Johnson and Brosmer, you'll hate yourself forever.
When you strip it all down, Christmas is all about miracles.
Grandma.
And when you strip grandma down, no, Christmas is all about miracles.
Yep.
You know, the impossible turning possible, believing in something that, you know, might not necessarily happen, but with belief, you get that, you know, get that extra energy, get that extra jolt. You know, you got to believe, you know, when the Santa sleigh crashed in Times Square, and they had to believe and able to get that thing off the ground. You know, he had to believe in the Polar Express with the bells to hear the bell against his ear. I'm gonna be shaking that bell against my ear, and it's gonna be Josh Johnson and Max Brosmer whispering to me.
Yep.
And now for our third and final game, Luke,
Give us the
I'm going back and I'm going back and forth with this one, to be honest with you. Because at this point of the show, after everything that we've believed in, I feel like it would be nuts now to say that we are, you know, going to get in bed with the Broncos, but this one makes more sense than the other ones just because of how dead one team is. And, you know, a lot of coon. You're my pronunciations guy. So,
no, you're the best.
All right, game number 3.
Yeah.
We have one more in-division game coming down the chimney. AFC West, Broncos-Chiefs. Like I said, this was one hell of a slate before the season. You had Dak Prescott and Jaden Daniels. You had the Lions going to Minnesota. And you had the Broncos with, you know, with Bo Nix and the guys going to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. Even looking at this game a couple weeks ago after the Chiefs had lost at home to the Broncos or on the road to the Broncos, this would be setting up for a hell of a, you know,
must win for Mahomes.
Season must win for Mahomes. If they would have gotten the job done against, you know, the Chargers and the Titans at this point, you know, so, but neither here or there. Now we're sitting here. Broncos coming off their first home loss in 10 years. They had won what? How long was this winning streak for the Denver Broncos?
I like
Very
what John
long
Payton
time.
said, dude. You don't spit this one out. You got to swallow it.
Yeah, and I'm the freak. We got the Broncos now traveling to Kansas City. Luke, what if I told you the Kansas City Chiefs haven't covered in 7 straight games? And do you know they are the first? And do you know the first team? They're the first team in the Super Bowl era to go back-to-back seasons with a 7-game losing streak against the spread. They did the same exact thing.
Last year they went 15-1.
They did the same exact thing last year. However, 15-2. But however, those were games that they were winning so closely.
No, yeah.
Now it's been the opposite. These are the games that they're losing and not covering. Last year's games that they're winning and not covering. This is the biggest home underdog in Kansas City Chiefs history. This is the biggest home underdog in Andy Reid history, which both make sense.
Should we just take the Chiefs?
But, what?
Should we just take the Chiefs?
Well, I am very interested in this because I moved to 0-8 against the spread with Bo Nix, either tailing or fading. And I kind of enjoyed killing the Broncos. So I'm not sure. I'm not positive. You know?
Yeah, I mean, my gut here said take the Broncos. Like, they're coming off a loss. The Chiefs, while like the Vikings and the Commanders are dead, the Chiefs are kind of dead in a different way. It's kind of like a sad, lost feeling. Like you're watching Travis Kelce run dig routes for Chris Oladipo. Like
they aren't good.
No.
Like the Titans covered this spread last week.
26-9 last week?
Yeah.
Against the Titans? Like, they stink. And like they have nothing to play for, I feel like, in a different way. Like they are so used to playing in this game and getting ready for the playoffs of the Super Bowl. And now like the air has been sucked out that in a different way than these other teams that are dead.
Yeah.
And the Broncos are coming off a bad loss for the first time in a while. And I could see the Broncos and Sean Payton thinking this is still the Chiefs. Let's put it on them, like.
No, I know. And 13 doesn't seem like a lot when you're up 7 and then they score a touchdown and it's 14.
Yeah, I like the Broncos here.
I agree, but I'm not sure yet.
It's gonna suck if we go 0-3 and the Chiefs cover and they're the one dog to cover and we have the other 2.
I know. That's the tough part. It's like you either got to get in the boat or out of the boat. Bo Nix in the 2024 season as a favorite, 8-0 against the spread. Bo Nix as a favorite in the 2025 season, 2-8 against the spread as a favorite. So now he's not been a guy who's loved covering a spread as a favorite, especially a big favorite. And especially this team is known for playing down against opponents. This is still, at the end of the day, another in-division game where they're traveling on the road to play the Chiefs. And these are all Thursday games. Yep. Like, let's not forget, it's not like we're playing on a Sunday here. This is Thursday short week for 3 in-division games at home for these in-division 3 dogs. I think it's a funny narrative to maybe ride with all 3 dogs here. All 3 dogs won outright on Thanksgiving. I'm not saying that the case. Will history repeat itself? Who knows? All I know is, I believe it was last Christmas where I got so in bed with fading the dog shit Raiders and Gardner Minshew, or was it 2 Christmases ago? And I sat back on the couch and watched them beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They beat the Kansas City Chiefs outright. Yep. And I was like, this is the fucking worst Christmas ever.
Yeah,
I had the parlay for the day, starting with the Kansas City Chiefs on the money line, and I got coal in my stocking.
Yeah, you did.
So it's up for, I mean, this should be belt to ass, and the 13 points shouldn't be. I mean, again, the public's all over the Broncos laying the points. They're coming off a loss, and the Chiefs haven't covered. Maybe the Chiefs, they'll go 7 games without covering the spread, but you don't want to see them that 8th game.
No, you don't. No one covers the spread 8 times in a row against Kansas City. I was 2 Christmases ago, 2014 against the Raiders. 20-14.
Yeah, 2 Christmases ago. That was brutal.
All right, make the pick.
Another dog won that day. Make a pick?
Yeah.
Broncos minus 13 if you said my family's on the line.
I'm with you. Let's take the Broncos. Dog favorite. Yeah.
Wait till you see how Bo Nix plays once I put U.S. currency on.
They're going to be at 14-0. Defensive touchdown. I'm playing the Broncos D in fantasy. I'm starting the Broncos D, so I got high hopes.
It's just that last game of the night scares me. A lot of teasers, a lot of parlays are going to come down to the Broncos. Yeah, dude, the eggnog. My brother-in-law makes a homemade eggnog, which is just spiked eggnog, which is unbelievable.
Easy.
Luke, before we get to this next segment, I need to grab a charger. My computer battery just went from 75 to 2.
We got a way to cut this, so you should hurry up.
All right, well, do you want to talk each game, a little touchdown scores real quick?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're unbelievable. This kid, he's never prepared. All right, we're going to get into first touchdown scores, and the problem is this is really Gavin's part of the show. I mean, this kid's been hitting first touchdown scores, winners like they're going out of style. Cowboys-Commanders, Lions-Vikings, Broncos-Chiefs. My gut says George Pickens because I'm playing him in fantasy. But I don't know.
I feel like it will have to be maybe a commander could be sleeves.
Commander? Yeah, who's it going to be if it's a commander, though? That's
maybe like Bill Krosky Merritt.
God, that would hit like crack. Let me see. Is Rodriguez playing the running back? I feel like he was hurt. You're unbelievable with this Charger thing.
All right, I'm plugged in now.
Krosky, Merritt, Rodriguez both scored last week.
You know what would hit like crack? You know what would hit like crack? One of these backup quarterbacks' first touchdowns. Yeah. That would be special.
Parlay,
you want to talk
Johnson
about a Christmas?
Brosmer.
You want to talk about a Christmas to remember? And dude, this Washington team's so sleazy though because they use McNichols, they use Rodriguez, and they use Krosky Merritt.
Like
gosh,
maybe Debo, dude, backup quarterback, some gadget plays.
And It's tough because Zach Ertz would have been nice. These are going to be sleazy first touchdowns, I have a feeling. I could see Jake Ferguson being an obvious first touchdown. I mean, if the Cowboys are going to score first, that's how I usually go about it. Which team do I think is going to score first? It should be the Cowboys here.
Yep.
That makes sense going against, this Commanders team.
Definitely.
I had a little vision when I first looked at the first touchdown, segment, that I could see Turpin for some reason. A Kevontae Turpin first touchdown. He's at plus 2,000. So I'm looking at Jake Ferguson plus 950, Kevontae Turpin plus 2,000. If it was a Commander, it's too difficult to know. I would have to watch some of last week's game to see who's getting the majority of the goal
Flournoy on the Cowboys. I think he got hurt, but he's been getting the ball in the red zone a lot.
Yeah, that
Flournoy.
Yeah, Flournoy. Yeah, he's been solid, but yeah, I think.
All right, give me your gut reaction here for each of the 3 games. Not your official pick, gut reaction. If you had to take them right now, I killed him. He's dead.
No. I'm just really thinking. I'm gonna look at one last thing because this usually helps me.
Okay.
I look at a lot of different things, but so we're gonna go with a Cowboy. It's like solving a puzzle over here, and yeah,
Jake Ferguson.
My gut reaction would be Jake
Ferguson. That was your gut. I know.
Jake Ferguson.
All right. Lions-Vikings.
Lions-Vikings. Let me pull up the odds. Gosh. Gibbs isn't really fun.
No. Probably be Gibbs. Let me see. When the game Brosmer started, oh, yeah, they didn't score. He did throw 4. He hasn't thrown a touchdown this year. 31 for 47, 4 picks. Tough.
This is terrorism because how's bros? You can't.
Monroe.
That would be pretty nice.
JMO.
You got to take a Lion, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't expect,
No, and if you're taking the dogs, then you get double fucked and the Lions score first and it's Gibbs and you're down in your bet and, you just lost the touchdown bet and you're down 7-0.
I mean, he did it on Thanksgiving. You could do it again on Christmas. David Montgomery?
Yeah, people have been bitching about him not getting a lot of snaps. Maybe they give him the pill early on.
He didn't score last week, and Montgomery he's plus 800.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
And then
plus 800 for David Montgomery.
Broncos-Chiefs. Cortland Sutton's your guy.
I was thinking last night, I was thinking Troy Franklin.
I like that too.
They haven't, I feel like Knicks loves Troy Franklin.
This is just your gut, dude. The official plays will come out on Twitter. This is for everybody now listening to us pontificate.
If I was going to go for glory, I would go Kevontae Turpin.
Yep.
And Marvin Mims would be my 2 glory plays.
I like that.
Like those are lethal
breakaway.
Yeah, lethal threats. Gosh, we were so close to winning $12,000 with Christian Watson.
And good time to remind people, dude, if you go to BetMGM and make these bets, you get a second chance on first touchdown scores. Turpin scores second, you get your money back if he doesn't score first. So go to BetMGM, put in those first touchdown scores.
Bo Nix has been getting frisky down by the end zone, but I think with the state of this defense, you know who else has been getting a bunch of targets recently is Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Yeah, yes. He's kind of a dog.
I would go Troy Franklin.
I like it.
So with David Montgomery, Jake Ferguson, even though I love Amon-Ra, dude. Amon-Ra's been great.
Playing him in fantasy too.
We-
Playing Amon-Ra and Pickens tomorrow in fantasy.
So they're both gonna score first.
Easy guys. Chill out.
Take that as an anytime
I
touchdown.
know. Be a nice emotional hedge.
Pickens and Amon-Ra for any times. But let me just put this in.
What are the odds? Are you parlaying them?
Jake Ferguson, David Montgomery, Troy
They're
Franklin.
gonna be good odds.
plus 80,000.
Yeah. So what? 100 brings home
80 grand.
All right, it'll be a nice Christmas present.
I mean, in a parlay, like I don't necessarily hate Gibbs then.
All you need is a seat at the table.
I mean, a Troy Franklin seat would be like absolute legacy. I mean, dude, I bet Kevontae Turpin and Marvin Mims just in a two-legger
Correct.
are pretty close to that.
Yep. 50.
I just want to throw that in because that's hilarious. Mimsy and Turpin. You might as well just throw Jameson in there too. Just call it the fucking fast track first touchdown scores.
Some jet sweeps.
Yeah, Mimsy and Turpin are basically up 40,000.
Yeah.
So,
But
but all right, there you go. A
I
little
got
first
shit to do.
touchdown conversation. We lean right now. Jake Ferguson, game number 1. David Montgomery, game number 2. But I feel like we've found success repeating with people, such as Amon-Ra.
Yep.
Prime time.
Yep.
Like we have
Fantasy.
hit Amon-Ra multiple times. Like maybe I end up going Amon-Ra instead of Montgomery. But Ferguson, game number 1. Montgomery, game number 2. And Troy Franklin, game number 3.
All right, let's get to this NBA
right.
parlay. I got to get out of here, dude. I got shit to do. I got to get carrots for the reindeer. I got to get presents. I got to wrap presents.
Perfect.
I had to
Run me through it.
All right. First annual Loop Christmas Day NBA parlay. 3 teams on the money line. Ready for this?
Yeah.
Started out the only way I knew how. New York Knicks. I think they're given what 4.5.
Yeah, it's up to like 6.
Good, even better. First game of the day, Cavs Knicks. Knicks at home, Madison Square Garden, Christmas Day. Have yourself a day. Start out with the winner. Leg number 2, the Thunder. I feel like they've lost a couple times recently, but they're not going to lose on Christmas Day.
And the Spurs were the ones that
Beat 'em.
broke up their really long streak. So I doubt that the Spurs are going to be
At
twice
home, Christmas Day, Thunder. And then plus 170, seat at the table. Last game of the night, 10:30 Eastern kickoff. We're going with the Denver Nuggets, who you told me never cover the spread on Christmas Day.
Jokic 0-4 against the spread.
We don't need him
on
to cover
Christmas.
the spread. We're just going to need him to win, and we're going to have him at plus 170.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Gosh, we even got a little LA game too.
Mhm.
A little Christmas Day crypto center
Mhm.
with the Rockets and Lakers.
Yeah, I stayed away from that game because I'll take the Lakers with the points, but I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Up in the Bay too, you got Warriors, Mavs, little Cooper flag. I'm sure we'll dabble into some maybe first baskets
Yeah,
or
definitely.
something sleazy.
Stock and stuff.
Both teams not to score in the first minute. Something sleazy.
All right, let's
You
get
know,
out of here.
well, with that being said, we appreciate each and every single one of you. Merry
Hell of
Christmas,
a
you
year.
filthy animals. Yep, 3 football games, a couple first touchdown scores coming right down the chimney. The first annual Loop Christmas Day parlay in the NBA. As always, we'll see you on